Welcome back once again to howtocookgreatfood.com. If you haven't already, please subscribe to that channel. On the menu today, as you can see right here, we're going to make a spaghetti Puttanesca. This is spaghetti with anchovies, olives and capers. There's also some tomatoes, garlic and a little touch of chili in there. It's quite salty, of course, because of our olives and anchovies. It's really fast to make. I'm doing it with spaghetti. You can do it with other pasta if you want. It's delicious. Let's go and do it. Okay, let's get started on this. We're going to need a nice little pan. It's kind of big enough to add our pasta because we're going to add our spaghetti into this a bit later, so don't do it in a small pan. I've got some nice quality olive oil in there. Don't be shy with your olive oil. Olive oil is quite a big part of this. We're going to start off by dropping in some garlic. Now I've chopped mine. You can slice it thin if you want. Now, it's not raging hot, is it? We don't want to be burning this, we just want to kind of saute it in there. So we're not going to try and fry it hard. Lots of different ways of making this dish. Obviously this is our version today. So look, it's just starting to infuse that oil. I like it chopped and crunchy. I like a little bite of that while I'm eating. That's probably enough. At this stage I'm going to add anchovy, chopped anchovies I've got there. So on a low heat, we're going to cook that just for a few minutes. I'm going to get some black pepper in now. A bit now, a bit later as well. So fairly low. Let's just cook that. That oil looks like loads, doesn't it? But that's kind of the sauce that we're having today. Like I said, don't be shy. If you want less, just add a bit less. Back in a moment. Oh, there we go. This is looking fantastic. That was just 2 or 3 minutes. At this stage, I'm now going to add some black olives. Obviously with the stones out. I've got some capers. Roughly about the same amounts I'm using, but like I say, that's up to you. I'm going to go in with a little bit of dried chili flakes. I like that in this. Some people don't put it. Just give that a little mix. And again, on a kind of low heat. Let's cook this for about another 2 to 3 minutes. Just get some of those flavours happening. Probably a good idea now that you get a nice large pan of water, bring it to a raging boil, touch of salt, then get your spaghetti in, or the pasta you want to use. We're not far off now, so you can just get your pasta ready. Back in a couple of minutes. So all those flavours are really coming together now. Now I'm going to use today some fresh tomatoes. I've cut them fairly small. I want to get them in. Some people use a tin tomato or a puree. I just like the fresh ones. And again, we can put the heat up a little bit now. So we're kind of, in between a high and a medium. And then we're just going to cook this around, I reckon, for about 3 to 4 minutes. Keep stirring it all the time. I'm quite happy if my tomatoes are a little bit lumpy, i.e. not mashed down. Some of them will mash a little bit. And quite frankly, let's get a little bit more black pepper in there. It's going to be ready. We're just going to get some of our pasta. I'm using spaghetti today. And we're going to drop some of that in. Give it a mix. And then just cook it for a little bit longer so the spaghetti and the sauce combine well and marry. And then it's done. This is a really simple, beautiful, and as you can see, really easy pasta. Now, we're not adding any salt. And for obvious reasons, we've got a load of anchovies in there. They're salty heaven. And I've got olives in there. Again, pretty salty. I really don't think, unless your taste buds are shot or gone, that you will need extra salt. But again, up to you guys. Right, about another minute or so, I'll be back. There we go, I'm happy with that. Like I said, we've got a nice little sauce there now, those anchovies, and the garlic have cooked right down and got into some of those tomatoes. But we've still got some nice lumpy bits of tomato there, fresh tomato. I love that. Little bit of fresh parsley. Now I'm going to turn the heat up again. I'm going to add my spaghetti. So my spaghetti straight out of the pan. A little bit al dente, but you cook it exactly how you like. Give that a little mix. Scooping that sauce around as much as we can. Now here I've got a little bit of water. This is the pasta water. This is the kind of starchy water that it was cooked in. And you can just add a little bit of that to give it a little bit more, well, as you can see, a bit more liquid involved there. So let's stir this for just a couple of minutes. Let's get all of those beautiful flavours with our spaghetti or the pasta that you're going to use. And this is pretty much done. You can just top this off with a little bit more fresh parsley if you want. I'm happy just like that. It's really simple, this one. I like that bit of chili in there. Obviously the anchovies and the olives give it a huge saltiness. And as I said, a few different ways of making it. This is our version. Hope you enjoy that. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We'll see you soon. Lots of love.